So I've been reading How to Win Friends and Influence People. I think if you've been like doing self-improvement stuff, you've probably heard of it a lot. People like try to shove it down your throat if you haven't read it yet. So yeah, but I think it's a very good book, and I think it's a testament to how good it is because it was written like over 100 years ago, and people still like recommend it. It's still useful. It's still applicable. So yeah, I think that's a testament to its like usefulness. And one of the principles he talks about is don't criticize, condemn, or complain, which I think is useful. So one of the stories, Lincoln, right? Lincoln was known as like a great president. You know, he's like a great leader. And one of the things he did when he was young was he criticized people. He he wrote letters um like and then he would like drop them on the road so that people would pick them up, and then he would basically like lambast them. So they would be like really mad at him. And one time he did it to this dude who was like very proud, and he didn't like that. He had like maybe a little bit of soft skin or whatever, and he did not appreciate Lincoln's criticisms. So he rode over to Lincoln and challenged him to a duel. So Lincoln spent time training with like a long sword, and they were about to fight in a duel, like to the death duel, because of Lincoln's random criticism. And then their seconds like stopped them. But Lincoln learned that lesson, not to criticize people. And then you can see like the difference in his thinking and his actions by what happened during the Civil War. So one of the um, one of the like generals he was commanding, they basically all kind of sucked. Like they all didn't do what he wanted them to do. So one of the generals he was commanding had won, and they pushed the Confederates into like um, basically they were between like a rock and hard place. There was like a river behind them that swelled so they couldn't cross it, and then the victorious like Union army was going towards them. And so Lincoln said he like telegraphed his command to the commander to take their army and like end the war right there, because like it would have ended the war, and the general just didn't do anything. So you can imagine like that would probably frustrate you a lot if you couldn't do it. Like you told someone to do something and they just like completely disobeyed your order as the president, right? So you could imagine that would be something you would criticize, but he didn't criticize him at all. Um, and he never like did anything. So that, yeah. Um, a problem with criticizing people is it arouses resentment. So if you think about like if someone said like, oh, um, you suck at I don't know, you suck at basketball or something like that, you're probably gonna not like that person very much, even if they're right. Like I do suck at basketball, okay, but like you're gonna not like them because that's annoying and it's like mean and rude. So you're like gonna be like, yeah, it's not gonna make them you like them anymore, even if they're right. The other thing is that it doesn't really fix the issue. Like it might bring someone's attention to something, but usually they're just gonna justify it, or like, or just not really do anything about it, even if you do criticize somebody. So it doesn't actually help the problem you're trying to fix by criticizing somebody. And then the other thing is that people just don't like you. Like people will not like you if you're someone who criticizes them a lot, because it's just not like enjoyable to be around somebody who's like picking you apart all the time. So yeah, the solution to this is basically a drop of honey gathers more. What is it? The quote's like, a drop of honey gathers more or catches more flies than a gallon of gall. And I had to look up what gall was, but it's basically like, how was it? Ah, wait, I have to look it up again. I don't know. Anyways, it's like something that's not like, it's like spitter or something like that. So, um, yeah, the point of that is basically, in order to win people to your way of thinking and to like have people like you, it's much better to come across in like a nice manner and be a kind person, rather than trying to like control them like mean like negatively or anything like that. It's just like not useful. And the second thing is like, if you do actually want to change somebody's behavior, praise works much better. So like animals and humans learn better from like positive rewards than like negative consequences from things. So if you have someone like that's doing something annoyingly, you should praise the small parts that you do like, and then they'll gradually become more like the parts that you're praising, because like people like they like praise, so they'll like do things to get more of that. So yeah, have a good one. Peace.